I was thinking haven't talked about this for a long time, but I know Adrian Leeson, Adi Leeson, well enough. And for people who don't know who Adi is, he was one of the Waihopai Three, and the guys that went along with a scythe and cut down the bubble of the Waihopai spy base. And the reason they did that was the information that was getting passed on potentially through the Waihopai spy base into communications in the Iraqi war, and that was their protest. And ironically, they got not ironically, but they got found not guilty of their charges because it was the same defense as someone who kicks a door in when the house is on fire. In other words, kicking someone's front door in is breaking and entering. But if what you're doing is you're doing that for a better good, for a larger good, i.e. save the person inside, then it's permissible. And that was basically the defense they used, that them bringing it down, the crime, quote unquote, they committed, what it was doing was saving lives. And so it was and that was as I understand it, that was the defense that they used to get found not guilty. The RocketLab situation, putting satellites in space, I don't know, it has an air of similarity to it when I read on what you guys are doing. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, just a quick note. Unfortunately, to say, I don't think that defense exists anymore. That was
really
upon by them. Pretty sure of that. But it is so. In terms of RocketLab, just thinking where to start with this. The key issue is so they're putting up satellites for geospatial intelligence companies. The most alarming one is Black Sky. So these geospatial intelligence companies, they have constellations of satellites, or they call them constellations of satellites up in space, and they spy down on the surface of the Earth. They often use radar to produce really high quality imaging, and then they sell that imagery, that data, that analysis of that data to their clients around the world. And so one of these companies that RocketLab has been launching geospatial intelligence satellites for is Black Sky. We found out last year that Black Sky has a very large contract to supply satellite imagery, high quality satellite imagery to Israel. And so what Black Sky does is they take high quality photographs from space once every hour over target locations. So Israel, as its client, presumably, is giving target locations to Black Sky, and then Black Skies would then presumably be monitoring those target locations. Israel has said that the quality of imagery that they get from geospatial intelligence is so good that they can see people when there are people at the locations that are caught with by the satellite imagery. So the real concern. You go. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say, would these systems maybe have the visual definition to tell the difference between, say, an adult human and a child?
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know.
But point well made, Joey. Even if we don't know, point well made.
Yeah. So I mean, the concern obviously is that this information passed to Israel could actually very well be helping Israel to kill people. What Israel says is that the geospatial intelligence that they obtain alongside other sources of intelligence, they feed that into their artificial intelligence systems that generate large numbers of strike targets. When they've got those strike targets, they then go off to an officer to be signed off, and then they go strike. So they're selecting a large number of targets within the population, using artificial intelligence, and then I think it's likely that the intelligence that Black Sky is giving Israel can actually help them to choose when to strike particular targets.
Let me ask something about that. You said you've used the word likely a couple of times.
Mm.
Do you know that RocketLab is doing this? What you're claiming could be happening with Black Sky? In other words, they are a part of the chain, or are you saying best guess because they're a client?
I mean, RocketLab is certainly part of the chain. I could say unequivocally that in some way they are supporting Israel. I guess I'm just saying likely with regard to most of what I'm saying, because I'm kind of putting the pieces together to see not just how Rocket Lab is launching these satellites for Black Sky, but actually how those Black Sky satellites likely, as I say likely, I think are helping Israel to kill people.